I was at a sports bar in Toronto, 4 blocks from the stadium, when Croatia scored what should have been the greatest equalizer in World Cup history. Grown men were hugging strangers. Someone spilled a full pint directly into my shoe and apologized by hugging me harder. Then the referee jogged to a screen on the sideline, and the entire bar went quiet like someone had unplugged the jukebox. That's the story of Portugal versus Croatia. 4 goals scored, 4 goals deleted, and the last one wasn't overturned by a human being at all. It was overturned by a chip sewn inside the ball. Here's what most people watching that match got wrong, and it's the same thing that got a Croatian midfielder yelling at a camera after the final whistle. They assumed VAR is just a guy squinting at a replay in slow motion, arguing with his coworkers. It is not that anymore. Myth 1, and the biggest one, video review means a human is making the final call. Wrong. For offside, the lines you see on screen are drawn automatically by tracking every player's limbs 29 times a second. The referee isn't deciding where the line goes. He's reading a math problem someone else already solved. Myth 2. If the ball deflects off a defender before reaching you, you're safe, offside or not. This is the one that got both Ronaldo and a Croatian teenager named Luka Susic robbed of goals in the same match. Deliberate play resets an offside call. An accidental deflection does not. Ronaldo produced a touch so good it looked computer-generated, only for VAR to decide his body had drifted a fraction of a second early. Susic buried a finish minutes later, also erased. Same reasoning. 2 entirely different players, same rule, same heartbreak, 90 seconds apart. Football doesn't care that you didn't mean to be early. Football cares about the frame. Myth 3, and this is the one that actually broke a fan's brain in real time. You have to visibly touch the ball for it to count as a touch. There is now a sensor inside the official ball itself, roughly the same technology cricket uses to detect a bat brushing a ball, rebranded for football and hidden where nobody can see it. In the final minute of stoppage time, Croatia's substitute forward, Igor Matanovic, rose for a header he appeared to miss completely. The ball landed at a teammate's feet, who set up Josko Gvardiol for what looked like a legendary, tournament-defining equalizer. The stadium erupted. Then the referee got a message that a chip inside the ball had detected contact with Matanovic's head. A touch invisible to the naked eye, invisible to super slow motion, confirmed only by a piece of hardware none of the 80,000 people in that stadium could see. Because of that touch, the man who received the pass was standing offside. Goal gone. FIFA later released an official statement confirming the censor was correct. A Croatian player told reporters afterward that he still doesn't understand what decided his country's tournament. Neither did most of that sports bar. Which brings us to the actual joke buried inside all of this. Football spent 100 years being decided by whoever complained loudest to the referee, and now it's decided by a $150 piece of hardware that can sense a touch a human eyeball physically cannot register. We built the most advanced officiating system in the history of the sport specifically to remove human error, and the result was a referee's booth of grown adults staring at a heartbeat graphic on a screen, waiting for a machine to tell them whether they were allowed to be happy. Croatia's manager said afterward that the technology kills the emotion. He's not wrong. He's also not going to get his equalizer back. I've watched this sport for 20-some years. Misunderstood offside personally and publicly more times than I'd like to admit, and I still had to rewind that final clip 4 times before I understood why the goal didn't count. So if you watched that match, felt your stomach drop, and had absolutely no idea what a connected ball was until this exact video, you weren't behind. You were just watching football get audited in real time. Portugal moves on. Croatia goes home. And somewhere in a lab, an engineer is very proud of a sensor nobody asked for.